Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a 2 times wins game pass for our +1 jump per second game. This was originally meant to be a standalone video. I kind of made it a little series now because I had a couple of people asking me about these game passes, so I'm going to make 2 videos, one for 2 times wins and one video on a game pass for ×2 speed per second, so +2 jump per second. Sorry, not speed. So to get started, we're going to do wins today. We're going to hover over our game. You're going to go under the creator dashboard, find your game, click the 3 dots, and we're going to click create. We're going to click create badge. Now, this will bring us to creating the badge. We don't want to do that, so what we're going to do under the side, under content, we're going to find associated items, passes, and click create a pass. Here we can create a game pass for our game. We don't need to add an image, or you can add an image, I'm not going to. The name here, I'm going to say 2 times wins, and I'm going to hit create pass. Now this is our double wins game pass, so I'm going to click this, and what you're going to find is at the very top of the screen there will be an ID for it. In your URL, you'll find an ID. You can't see that on my screen. As you can see, this is the ID I'm talking about. So you'll see create.roblox.com, blah blah blah. You don't want the first string of numbers. You want the second. So you see a load of numbers, /passes, / and then a load of numbers. You want to copy the second lot of numbers, as that is your game pass ID. Okay, once you've copied that, you can go into your speed simulator game. I'm just going to disable this screen GUI up here for now. And under this starter GUI, I'm going to quickly create a GUI where they can buy the game passes. So I'll call this Game Pass GUI. I'm not going to go over this too much, as this is purely about creating the game passes, not the GUI for the game passes. So I'm going to add a text button, wins. I'll call this the wins game pass. I'll whack that like to the side over here. We go, so I've got my 2 times win, my wins game pass. And now under here we're going to add in a local script, and we're going to have to script the game pass here. So before we do this, I'm just going to paste in the ID that we copied earlier so we don't lose it. And we underneath here are going to have to, well, first of all, what we'll do is actually put this in a variable, local ID equals paste that. And then just above this we'll say local marketplace service equals game:get service marketplace service, because we have to use the marketplace service to be able to sell game passes. So we're going to request that at the top. Now what we're going to say is script.parent, which is the wins game pass button, .mouse button 1 click :connect function, and whatever code is in here, this code will be called whenever the wins game pass is clicked. So in here, first of all, what we want to do is create a new variable, local has pass, and this, we're not going to set it to anything by default, but this would be a variable that we use to see whether they already have the game pass or not. We then need to say local PLR equals game.players.localPlayer. In fact, we can do that up the top. Let's do that up the top. And under this local has pass, we'll say local success, message equals a p-call. We're going to use a p-call function here. So p-call function has pass is going to be equal to marketplace service user owns game pass async player.user ID ID, which is the pass ID. So this is basically going to call the function, and we're going to, depending on what it returns, we're going to set has pass to its return. And once we've done this, we need to say if has pass, then local character is going to be equal to player.character added :wait. So what we're doing here, sorry, this should be PLR. We are waiting for the player's character to load into the game. And when it has, we're going to set its character to a variable. We'll then say local humanoid equals character :wait for child humanoid. And then in here we'll put under the else, we'll say marketplace service colon prompt game pass purchase player and the ID of the game pass. Now if we go under test and play and we were to actually test this, if we now hit this 2x win, you'll see if we hit this, we should get something appear on our screen. So nothing's happening at the minute. Under our project, under sales, we need to enable item for sale under our project and put a price. I'm just going to say like 5 Robux. I'm not really too fast. And save changes. Under home, game settings and security, we need to enable third party sales. And then if we hit play, it should now work. So if we hit 2x wins, so it's not actually prompting us with anything. So let me look into this. Now this is actually my fault. It will work. It's because when you create the game pass, you will already own it. Okay, and to actually make this have an effect, what we need to do is under server script service, we're going to add a new script and we're going to call this Gamepass or something like that. Now in here, once again, we need the local marketplace service, which equals game colon get service marketplace service. We also need a local wins ID, which will be equal to our ID. So if we go back under here, let's copy that ID again and paste it in here. And then we'll say game.players.player added colon connect function player. So when a player joins the game, what we will do is then say while wait do. So this will actually stop players having to rejoin the game. So let's do a while wait maybe point. Sorry, let me delete that breakpoint. Let's do while wait 0.1. Under this while wait 0.1 do, we're going to wait a second, and we're going to say if game, not even that, if marketplace service colon user owns game pass async player.user ID, and we want the wins ID, then we'll say player.wins game pass dot value equals true. Now this looks a bit weird because we don't have the wins game pass yet, but what we're going to do now, copy that, so wins game pass. Under leader stats, we're going to create a local wins game pass equals instance.new ball value inside of the player, wins game pass dot name equals wins game pass, and its default value will be false. So now if this is true, what we can do is under our wins script, so let's find our win pad under this script here, you'll see when we add 1 to the wins, we'll then do an if statement. So if player.wins game pass dot value is true, then we'll add another win. So then we get 2 wins and then we'll reset. So that should be it for now. So what I'm going to do is click file, publish to Roblox. What I'm going to do is go into my inventory. I'm going to find this item in my inventory and click the 3 dots and actually delete it. Now this does mean you're going to have to buy your own game pass again, unfortunately. To test this, you need at least 1 Robux. But what you can do is under the configure, you can make the price 1 Robux, save it, and then you can test, and as long as you've got at least 1 Robux, you can buy your own game pass and test it. And we can then play it from here. So let's hit play, and when this loads up, you'll see we should be able to buy our own game pass, and then it should work. So let's test this with and without. So you'll see when we go over to, you'll see first of all, I'm not going to touch anything. We're just going to see how many wins we get per touch. So I'm going to run over here, touch the win pad at the top and see how many wins we get. So I'm running over, jumping up. You see when I touch this, we've got 5 wins now. We touch this, we get 6. If we hit this 2 times wins, it prompts us, would you like to buy 2 times wins? Let's click 1 Robux, so let's spend a Robux, so it was succeeded. So we should, if we now hit this, it should say you already own this product, or it won't prompt it at all. There we go, so it's not prompting it at all because we already own it. If we now hit the top, we should, rather than getting 6 wins, get 8 wins. And we do, we get 8 wins, which is perfect. So we've now got 2 times wins. Now the good thing about this is because we're doing this in an infinite loop, if we rejoin, you'll see our two times wins game pass will still be effective. So if we go and hit this tower again, we will go from 8 wins to 10 because the game pass will still be working. So let's go and jump up here. So here we go, we touch it, 8 to 10, and perfect. That's our 2 times wins game pass that now works. So I hope you found this video helpful, everyone. In the next video, we're going to look at getting 2 jump per second as a game pass rather than 1, which will be very similar to this video. That's the last video I planned for this as a little mini series. I didn't actually expect this to become a little series, but people have been asking for little different bits and bobs here and there, so I thought I'd just expand onto it and add more. So if anyone wants anything else in this series, let me know and I may be able to create it. But for now, that's it until the next video. So I hope you found this helpful, everyone, and goodbye.